All right, back here in Scoop City, some more news across the league to get to. But, Chase, I want to put you on the spot with some of the topics here. We're going to decide together, because I'll give you some intel, and then you tell me your opinion.
Nice.
If you think that this topic has something to it, if it's got some teeth, or if you think we should probably just kind of blow by this and probably move on, despite the fact that it's kind of quiet this time of year news-wise. So
something or nothing.
Something or nothing, baby. So let's start with it. The 49ers have incentive to move Brandon Aiyuk before the April 1st payday. They've gotten some calls about him. We know that they signed him to a new contract last summer. We all know the drama that came with that. It's a $22.85 million roster bonus here. So there's some chatter that perhaps they're going to move him. There's chatters that there's teams interested. Do you think this is something or nothing?
This is nothing. I say it's nothing. Look, do the 49ers, in my opinion, probably regret paying him that much? Yes. But the contract, the bonus is due April 1st. No, I can't imagine there's a team out there right now that is willing to trade not only for that money, but then to give up picks for Brandon Aiyuk. And honestly, you gave him the contract, so you do believe in him as the number one. You can't be getting rid of all these players and leave Brock Purdy, my guy, with nothing at all. Like, trading him is not going to help the Brock Purdy number go up. They have plenty of that. So I would think it would be nothing, maybe.
Yeah, I don't get the sense that it's a reality. I'm sure the 49ers would like to do it because of the finances.
So that plays that big a deal into the finances.
Well, but why would a team be so open about this? There must be something else, right? This is a guy you just gave a new deal to.
Why'd they give him the deal then?
They obviously thought that this was something that was going to fit in their offense. Well, that didn't help, obviously. But let's take out that injury. That's not fair. I mean, he didn't plan that.
But he also never got to get really fully in shape. You know what I mean?
Correct. Because of that whole, remember that dance?
I think he balls out this season. 1,250 yards receiving. Let's go 9.5 touchdowns over. We're going to take the over on 9.5.
I loved how you flipped this. I think that's a good way to see it. He's looking at this like, you want to move me?
Yeah.
You're taking calls on me? Okay. So we'll see what happens with this. I don't expect anything.
Nothing.
If it does, we'll hop on and do an emergency show.
Emergency pod.
Emergency pod, Brandon Aiyuk moves to the New England Patriots.
Our producers
which I don't
love
see.
that.
That's
Let's
not
go.
happening. We only did one emergency pod. Oh, no, we've done two.
No.
We did an Aaron Rodgers,
We've done two.
Jets.
Jets?
Yeah.
What was the other one?
I think Jets. I think they've always, because they just hit so much. They hit so much. All right, how about Trey Hendrickson, who we know requested a trade from the Cincinnati Bengals. We know that they paid buka bucks for their two receivers, $70 million bucks, essentially for their two wideouts who are all over my Instagram cruising around in their Lamborghinis. You see that? They both bought Lamborghinis.
What? I did not see that.
I want to be Jamar Chase when I grow up.
Oh my gosh.
He's living life.
Save the money.
So Trey Hendrickson is still looking for a trade partner, but I was told that the Bengals are trying to work out a deal with him. They're going to try to make this work, despite the fact that I know we've had this conversation a lot of how they think they can do it, right? So there's some chatter that Trey would contemplate sitting out if the Bengals don't pay him. Is this something or nothing?
Nothing. You're not sitting out. You're not. Like, first of all, you're going to get traded to Indy because his old defensive coordinator, Lou Anarumo, was there. That's like, I see Indy or Cincy. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I know nothing, but I'm just saying, trying to read between the lines here. It's Indy or Cincy. Dude, you love football too much. I play with Trey in New Orleans. Like, you love football too much. You're too good of a player. You're going to get your money. He's never really seemed like a drama person. Like, don't start this. Don't start this now. So if you think let me ask you, because if you think they can keep him, what number are the Bengals at? What number does Trey want? Does Trey want 35.7?
Yes.
Which would be the second highest paid?
Mm-hmm. So the number he's looking for is between that Myles Garrett and Max Crosby number.
Okay, so 36.
Right?
Call it 36.
Let's call it 36 for this. If they're engaging in these conversations and they know that's what he wants, then there's got to be some belief that they can get there. Unless they think the player will take a little less to stay now that they signed up.
So Joe Burrow
Both
tax.
Jamar T, right? It's a Joe Burrow tax, but also maybe this is where the Bengals make a move and say this is also a Joe Burrow demand, right? Because Joe Burrow is getting everything he wants right now.
I will
He's
say
getting everything.
Once the actual contract of T. Higgins came out, it's a 1-year deal. It's a 1-year deal. That like there's like they can get out of it after 1 year for like $30-something million. So maybe that is the way to be like, all right, we'll guarantee 2 of Trey's like numbers, two of Trey's years. So I will say, like when I first saw the crazy numbers of Jamar and T, I'm like, there's no way. And then I saw T. Higgins' contract, I'm like, whoa, boy. I think it's like $36 million they owe him for 1 year, and they can get out because the rest of the contract's some injury guarantee. So maybe that's a way they're like, hey, make it look good on the surface. Yeah, we want to keep him 2 years, but maybe that's a way that Trey Hendrickson can. Also, I think Trey's a great pass rusher. Do the Bengals want to pay him $36 million a year? Like, I know he led the league in sack. He's a great dude. I was with him. I love him as a teammate. I mean, good for this guy, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and they have other areas to fill and pay and build. And it just feels like the Bengals are really committed to changing this narrative about who they are. I just don't necessarily believe that this is going to work in their favor. Maybe it will.
They got to build
I
up
hope.
the defense around them. Can't just have one star player.
Kirk Cousins starts for a new team in 2025. Is that something or nothing? What do you think?
First of all, that's crazy because everyone and their moms have been saying, he's not going anywhere. He's our backup quarterback. I think there's something to it. I do. I think that there could be a situation maybe after the draft because he doesn't want the same situation to happen again with Michael Penix that he could be like, hey, I would go there. But doesn't he have a no trade clause?
He has a no trade clause, so he could waive it.
Huh. It just sounds to me, all this chatter, that he definitely does not want to be in Atlanta.
Why would he want to be there? They just drafted a quarterback when he was told he was going to be the guy.
Diana, I'll give you 38 million reasons why he should want to be there.
Okay, I get that. But think about how this started compared to where we're at.
Oh, yeah,
when
honeymoon
he was
phase,
on
you're
Scoop
cheating on
City,
him.
we were talking about this, and it was
The honeymoon phase.
He does not want to go play for a team that is going to draft another quarterback. Why would he want to do that? He doesn't want to go through that again.
Okay,
He's going to probably waive that trade clause for a team that is desperate in need for a quarterback.
What team?
At that moment.
What team? Titans, Browns, Giants. Not the Vikings.
I keep saying it too.
Who else?
But why not? Like, can we have that conversation about the Vikings? Like, what if for whatever reason JJ wasn't feeling well? I did, because it's just, that's crazy. But why is it crazy?
No, you want to have it.
It's just how weird, because
Okay, well, first of all, all right. If
his
happens,
kids are like, Dad, let's go home. Like,
I'm sure they still have house. If that happens, though, how much of that salary is Atlanta going to have to eat? You know what I mean?
And I think that's probably why he's still there right now, is they don't want to take it on. But from
Atlanta's perspective too, I don't know if it's smart. Like let me. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but you got Michael Penix Jr. starting some games, coming in first full season. You know you're the starter. There's a different dynamic. There's a different way about going through the offseason. There's a different way you talk to the receivers because I am the guy. A lot of these teams bring in veteran guys that have been there and done it so the rookie can lean on someone. If they get rid of Kirk, they don't have anyone. And the veteran quarterback market has sort of passed up. You know, maybe Joe Flacco. Maybe Joe Flacco to Atlanta. Backup.
I don't know. I wonder if Joe's going to get snatched up before then. You know, before we get...
You know something I don't know?
No, I don't know anything right now. I just know that there are teams right now that are, everyone is waiting. The Rodgers thing kind of affects this too, in its own way.
So let me ask you this, because maybe you don't know, maybe you do, because this is the fascinating situation. Our producer was like, "Can you talk 10 minutes on Kirk? I can talk 55 minutes on Kirk Cousins." The interesting situation for me, let me ask you this, is that if Kirk, oh my God, I forgot what I was going to say.
What? You just did this whole intro to yourself about how amazing you are and how long you could talk, and you forgot what you were thinking?
I didn't say anything about how amazing I am.
You just said, my producer said that I could talk 55 minutes. Oh, wait, I forgot my thought. What?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, my God.
We're just going to cut that, Marissa. You
No.
hear me? Cut.
No. Keep
cut
that.
it out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Marissa, keep that in.
If Kirk is $38 million, what does the actual front office of Atlanta want to do? If they trade him and they don't
want
have
to trade
to
him
take
and
on
not pay any. They want to trade him and have someone take on a boatload of his money.
And if somebody says, what's the breaking point? If you pay half, I pay half, is there like, would they still do it? Because that's a lot of money.
I don't believe that owner wants to do anything less. I'm sure a quarter of it is what he's willing to do. Like I'm just guessing on what that. I don't think this owner is sitting here.
That's low though. But
just this is why this is like a whole nother conversation for another show. We should
told
just
you
do
we
a
could have
Falcons,
it. I told you we could.
because you just made me started to think about who really made this decision to go after Michael Penix after paying Kirk Cousins all this money, coming off an Achilles. It just seems like something was clunky there in terms of how they were going to move forward here. So if I'm the owner, we think Terry Fontenot did it, but maybe ownership wanted to do it. Maybe Raheem wanted to do it.
By the way, Terry, great guy, great GM, was with him in New Orleans for a long, long time. Knows what he's doing, so I hope this works out for him.
So if I'm the owner, I'm thinking, let's just say for this example that it is Terry that made this call. If I'm the owner, I'm like, okay, you just used how much of my money for the other guy, but then you didn't draft another player in the first round to build around this guy. You went for quarterback, so
because they needed defense. Everyone thought they were
this
going
out.
Defense. Yeah,
that's what I would say if I was Arthur Blank. I'd be like, hey, this is your mess. You fix it. You go clean it up. Thanks for tuning into Scoop City. If you want to hear more, make sure you like and subscribe. We drop our new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.